Hey, nerdy sports fan here, and we're talking fantasy football at last. This is my favorite time of year. I freaking live for this stuff. I usually do a few leagues a year. I'm going to be doing one for the subscribers. So let's dive into this top 10 list. And number one, we have the obvious Christian McCaffrey. This dude's a beast. He is equally a part of the passing game and the running game. It seems to not matter who his quarterback is, so the drastic changes in offensive staff shouldn't affect him at all. He's a lock at the number one pick. Saquon Barkley comes in a pretty close second. In fact, I did a couple of fantasy mock drafts earlier today, and he was selected first over Christian in both of them. So, it's only a slight drop-off, but there is a drop-off here, especially in PPR. Now, this is a shocker for a lot of you, I'm sure. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I was not a fan of him being drafted by the Chiefs at his position. That doesn't mean a thing when it comes to actual football or fantasy football, because the offense is what's going to make this guy a beast in fantasy. Same here for Dalvin Cook. Coming in at number 4, the running game is the focal point up in Minnesota. They're running a modified version of the Shanahan West Coast offense, which is running back first, a lot of zone schemes. Cook's not the best running back, but he's a very good option. Ezekiel Elliott's falling. Now, it's mostly because he's just not getting the yards after first contact, and he's letting one guy tackle him in open space, which just wasn't happening earlier in his career. He's still a focal point, still a monster. Alvin Kamara, similar situation. He's not what he was, mostly because his backup left. Mark Ingram leaving town left a void in this offense that made it so people are keying in on him more, and we'll see if he bounces back this year. Aaron Jones is in, again, this modified Shanahan West Coast offense. So, whereas he's not the most talented back in the league, in fact, the rest of this list is likely more talented than him, the offense is going to pump stats into him. Josh Jacobs was one of the absolute best running backs as far as yards after contact go. And I don't see that changing. In his second year, I see scheme and vision improving. That's a regular thing for running backs. He's going to be a monster. Derrick Henry, a lot of people are going to whine and cry and bitch about him being so far down this list. This isn't saying Derrick Henry's the 9th best running back. He might be the 4th most important player to his team, period. But he just doesn't catch the ball out of the backfield, and he takes too long to build up. Now, this is another surprise for a lot of you, I'm sure. I was very high on Cam Akers coming out of college, simply because he made something out of nothing more than any other running back. And he may not have the best offensive line, but it's going to be a hell of a lot better than what he's used to dealing with. Some honorable mentions: Dobbins, Singletary, Drake, Gordon, Connor, all have really good reasons to draft them, but I just like everybody else better. Please like and subscribe. Expect to see more of these coming out this week. We're getting into wide receivers next.